When we planted a tea way back on one of the early videos, when we come to play testing it, what you may have noticed is that when we actually play it, although we planted a back tea, which is black, when we play test it, it actually displays as red in the game, which is the lady's tea. And this is because any unassigned teas are automatically assigned to the back tea by the game. So if we're only using one tea, all the other four will be assigned to the back. So we need to make sure that we assign these teas correctly if we're not going to use the full quota of 5 teas. So I'm going to quickly show you how to do that, and then we'll have a look at custom teas. So I'm going to plant a couple more teas here, and I'm going to select a forward tea and plant that, and a lady's tea. So I'm going to pretend that we're just going to have 3 teas on our course rather than 5. So we need to assign the 2 teas we're not using, and then make sure the colours are set correctly so that they don't display wrong in the game. Now to do this, we need to go to Edit, Course Properties, Hole Info, and you'll see at the top here we've got an Add Ratings to Tea. If we click on this, we can assign teas to currently used teas. So if I select the first tea we planted, which is a back tea, I'm going to assign the middle tea to the back tea as well, because we're not using it. And I'm going to assign the junior tea to the forward tea. So click OK. And OK. And you'll see now, because we've assigned them, they've appeared on our tea markers here. Now we'll still have the problem that the back tea will turn blue because the middle tea is also assigned to it. So the other thing we need to do, which again is in the course properties, in the general tab you can see color assignments, so we can actually change the colors. At the moment we've got black for back, blue for middle, so we can change the sliders on here. Just change the middle to black, click OK, and then we make sure that's black, and do the same with the other tea. So our junior yellow tea, just make it white, so if I slide the blue up to the top, and that will make sure that we just have 3 colour teas and they're coloured correctly in the game and on the scorecards. So that's how to correct that. Now I'm going to look at custom teas, so I'll just go into Photoshop. Now you can create custom teas and add those instead of the round ball teas that we normally have in the game. And these are 32 by 32 pixels, and we're going to save them as 32-bit with alpha channel, so they're the same as a 2D object, and we create them in the same way. So you can use the skills you've learned in pano making and 2D object making to create little tea markers. It will need the alpha channel, and on mine what I've also done is added these grey pixels to create a shadow. So because these are grey, they're going to be semi-transparent. So the black here is going to overlay with the grass colour and create a darker grass colour. So it's just a matter of setting the grey to the correct colour. It works inversely, obviously. The darker we make this, the lighter the shadow will be, because it will be more transparent, so less of the black will actually show on the game. Now, usually once you've created one T, it's quite easy to create your others. By using the hue shifts, we can quite simply change the hue shift, and we can create different colour Ts. So our red T, yellow, green, and we can go through the spectrum and blue and make Ts whatever colour we like just by sliding our hue shift. Now, for black and white, we need to desaturate the colour, so we would take the colour away completely, which will make a grey one. Then it's just a matter of altering it lighter and darker. You need to mask it off first, otherwise it's going to change this black background. Not that it really matters, but so if you mask it off first before you alter it, you can easily do that in the alpha channel. You can easily mask off the area. And that way, when we alter it, it will leave the rest of the background alone. Now, if we want to add larger 2D objects, which is certainly a lot easier to work with, because these 32 by 32 pixel is a very small area to work on, and you can't get a lot of detail in those, so you may want to create your own larger 2D objects with more detail in. And to do this, we need to make an invisible T marker and add that to the game. That way the default ones won't be there. There'll be no markers there. There'll just be a blank space. So we can then add our 2D object in its place. And very easy to make an invisible. Really, we just need a completely black alpha channel. So if I get a brush here, if it's completely transparent, which is black on the alpha, I can take that out, but it's not really necessary because it's transparent, you wouldn't see it. But a completely black background and a black alpha will be invisible, so just save it off, call it invisible T, save it off as a 32-bit TGA, and we can then add that into the game as a marker. So I'm just going to go back to APCD, and to add in custom T markers, if we go back to course properties, there's a custom images tab here. We click on that and you can see here the T's and a change T image. So we can click on change T image, find our custom or our invisible T marker, select it, click OK, and this will be replaced with the new T marker, and just do that for all the T's that we're using. If you want to add a 3D, custom 3D T markers, you can do that too. Again, we just need to add an invisible T marker so that there's nothing displayed there, and we can then create our own 3D from terrain and texture them like any other 3D object, and make proper 3D markers.